The first weekend of spring this year gave us some excellent weather and we took the opportunity to get off the island. It was fun exploring winter cycling and seeing what we can do, but it's still the case that winter cycling is more practical for short trips like commuting than the longer leisurely trips that we like to take just to explore around.
We picked Longueuil, the city of many vowels at the heart of Montreal's South Shore. The area is pretty suburban, but we've had good experiences on the bike paths going through the city on other trips, so this time we wanted to explore the city itself a bit more, especially the older pre-war downtown area and some of the parks.
Unfortunately, we got a little ahead of ourselves because even though the temperature that day was great, there was still a lot of uncleared bike paths with leftover snow. And of course, it's the dirty kind of snow that we all hate at the end of winter. Enough of our planned routes were blocked that we had to cut our ride short, but we still got to see lots of interesting things.
The Disney Linear Park was a highlight. At least the parts are free of snow, just for how nice it was to have a really straight multi-use trail cut through the city and go so close to downtown. When we got downtown, which is centered on St. Charles Street, we hung out for a while with a coffee and tea at a little public space that until recently was a small parking lot.
It's easy to stereotype the suburbs as empty space and shopping malls, and fair enough. There's a big shopping mall here that's just 1 kilometer away called Place Longueuil. But it's often possible to find areas with more life and character too, and we say this downtown fits that bill. It made us think that the yellow line of the Montreal Metro should have been extended the 2 kilometers it would take to reach here, instead of just barely crossing the river and stopping in an area between a bunch of highways that doesn't look too inviting or convenient to walk to.
In typical Quebec fashion, you can also find a big ornate church here, the Cathedral of Saint Antoine de Padoue, which is on the edge of downtown. It was built in the late 1800s on the site of Fort Longueuil, which itself was built in the late 1600s as the residence of the only Canadian-born person given the rank of Baron by the King of France.
Leaving downtown, we took a nice pedestrian bridge over a less nice highway to get to a trail following along the St. Lawrence. This is not a view of the river or of Montreal that we're used to, so we stopped a lot to appreciate it. Depending on where you are, you can see the Olympic Stadium and Olympic Village as well as downtown and Montreal.
Continuing down the river for a few kilometers, we took another bridge over the highway and turned into a newer residential neighborhood that also had a respectable multi-use trail system with lots of underpasses to avoid roads that would have been great any other season of the year, but it just wasn't working with all the uncleared slushy snow.
We had planned to see a big park nearby and then explore more neighborhoods further inland, but with the state of the paths, we decided to just cut our losses and head home. We did probably jump the gun thinking that winter was over, but to be fair, there were lots of other people out on bikes that day too who we also saw having to go on roads or sidewalks because of the condition of the paths.
If you have any experiences or recommendations for cycling on Montreal's South Shore, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.